both teams. We saw they're excited about playing this game. And when you get teams
Welcome
like this,
to another bonus edition of Upon Further Review. And in this edition, we have the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. And you can catch this Week 11 matchup on November 16th at 1 p.m. Eastern Time on your local CBS affiliates. And heading into this game, the Houston Texans are 4-5 on the season, and the Cleveland Browns are 6-3. And so here we are, right here, we're doing some gameplay. We got a new thing going here on Upon Further Review. So we're doing the same show, but instead of just having pictures, we got some Madden gameplay. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing as the team that I pick and playing out the game. And while I'm playing the game, I'll be doing the show as usual. A little bit different, but hopefully more entertaining. That we have something to look at as well. So in this game, I'm picking the Cleveland Browns, so I'll be playing as the Browns against the Texans. So here's the kickoff. It's in Cleveland. That's part of why I'm going with the Browns. Let's look at the schedules of these two teams. Got Ryan Mallett making the start in replace of Fitzpatrick, as Fitzpatrick has been just having a bad year, and he's really been making it tough on Houston to win. Their defense has been playing really good, but those turnovers from Fitzpatrick is why Ryan Mallett is getting the start. And with that, it's two of Brady's former backups. As Hoyer used to be a backup for the Patriots, and so did Ryan Mallett. And now they're facing off against each other. And it started off in the beginning of the season. The Texans were 3-1. They won their first two games. They beat the Redskins in Houston, and they went to Oakland and beat the Raiders, but then they lost against the Giants in New York. And then they beat the Bills in Houston. So they started off 3-1. Everything was looking pretty good. But then they went on a 3-game losing streak, which started with an overtime loss against the Cowboys in Dallas. That was a battle at Texas. It's a close game, too. They took the Cowboys to overtime. They lost that game. They could have very easily won that game, but the loss actually, started that 3-game losing streak. Oh, man, who the heck is that guy? So then they ended up going against the Colts in Week 6. It was in Houston. The Colts won that game. Then they went to Pittsburgh and faced the Steelers, and they lost that one. Both those games, close games. All three losses were within one possession. They lost that field goal in overtime against Dallas. And then against the Colts, they lost by just 5 points. That was a tough loss on Thursday night. That fumble by Fitzpatrick cost them. Then the Steelers, that game right there, they lost by just a touchdown in Pittsburgh, against a tough Steelers team. Then we saw, let me pick a play. In Week 8, they ended up getting a win in Tennessee against the Titans. In Week 9, though, they hosted the Eagles, and they lost that game by 10 points. Then they had their bye, and now that's it for Fitzpatrick, as Ryan Mallett is getting a start in Cleveland. And for the Browns, they started off with a loss in Week 1 against Pittsburgh. They lost by just a field goal at the end. They'd come back all the way to tie it, and then they lost by the field goal at the end. They almost won that game. They did avenge that loss, though, later on in Week 6 when they hosted the Steelers, and they beat them by 3 touchdowns. But in Week 2, though, they hosted the Saints, and they got an amazing come-from-behind victory. They beat the Saints by 2 points. Oh, what's going to happen here? Out of bounds. But then in Week 3, the Ravens came into town, their division rivals, and they beat them by just 2 points. They almost beat the Ravens. Imagine if they would have won that game. And imagine if they would have beat the Steelers. They would have beat the Steelers in Week 1 and then the Ravens in Week 3. They would, right now, they only have one loss. They'd be sitting at 8-1, and everybody be talking about how they're the best team in the AFC, and what a huge surprise. Although that was kind of what happened last year too, is they lost close games. They actually, if they would have won all the games that they lost by 1 possession last year, they would have been, I think, 9-7. But instead, were they 3-13? But as it is, you know, they had their bye week in week 4, then they won in Tennessee, and then they got their revenge in week 6 against Pittsburgh, as I said. Then they went to Jacksonville, and they actually lost to the Jaguars. The Jaguars won their first game of the season, their only game of the season thus far. That was a disappointing loss for Cleveland. But then they went on a 3-game winning streak, beating the Raiders and the Buccaneers in Cleveland. And then they went to Cincinnati and they beat their division rivals, the Bengals, last week. And a huge victory for the Browns. For them to be able to beat the Bengals in Cincinnati, that's just huge. That really is a statement that the Browns are competing for the AFC North. You know, the Bengals won it last year, so to beat the defending division champions in their home, that's a big momentum builder. And they need to win this game at home against the Texans. It's going to be a tough game, though. The Texans have a great defense. Of course, the best defensive player in all of football, J.J. Watt. Arguably, at least, he's definitely the highest paid. You know, you can make your arguments, but he's having a phenomenal season for sure. Ben Tate doesn't usually catch it out of the backfield. Usually be Terrence West, but there you go, Ben Tate. So that's how they got to their records, respectively. There's not going to be any Jordan Cameron in this game. Actually, let me just make sure. I'm not sure if I did that in the depth chart. I meant to. Sorry about this. Real quick. Just want to make sure Jordan Cameron's not in there. Yeah, see, he's in there. That's not good. Whatever. Fine. This guy will do. Alright. Sucks. I would rather have Jordan Cameron, but he's not available because he's got a concussion. So, meant to do that before the game. I did actually go and, you know, like put Mallett in there as the starting quarterback. Somehow I forgot to put Jordan Cameron on the bench because of that concussion. I want to make this as realistic as possible. And look at that, no Jordan Cameron there to block, and what happens? Ben Tate gets stuffed. But yeah, no Jordan Cameron. They got some issues too. You know, Andrew Hawkins is banged up, but he participated in practice, so he should be out there. Well, it'd be interesting to see if Jadeveon Clowney will end up getting the go. On the other side, he has been injured, but he did have a limited participation in practice. Maybe he plays, maybe he doesn't. I don't know. We will see. There's a few other guys too over there in Texas, but it looks like for the most part they're going to be playing. Interesting to see Cushion as well, but I think he is going to play. So, Ben Tate picking up the first down. Interesting to see too with Cleveland who gets the carries. You know, they've been kind of going back and forth between Tate and West. I think it kind of depends on what kind of run game they want to run. If they want to be pounding it more or more finesse. But let's actually look inside the numbers. When it comes to passing proficiency for the Texans, they're 28th in the NFL in passing yards per game. When it comes to the Browns, they are 16th. So the Texans struggle to pass the ball. Of course, that's why Ryan Mallett's in there. I believe this is his first start actually in the NFL. He's had some preseason, you know, play, but he's never started a game. So this is going to be his first start. And Ryan Mallett's got a big arm. Anybody who's familiar with him from college, you know, or even saw some of his preseason, he's got the big arm, you know. He was in New England, he would show that off, but he didn't really get too much time because of course, Tom Brady. But you get to learn from the best, though, so that's definitely a plus. And you never know. That's actually kind of the X factor. When I picked the Browns, I picked them before I knew Ryan Mallett was going to be the guy. Actually, when I heard Ryan Mallett was playing, I was like, uh-oh, I don't know. Ooh, look at that. Whew, what a hit by Cushing. Because that might make the difference. Maybe the Texans can win this game, you know, with especially if they got their defense out there, if Clowney's out there, and Cushing, and Ryan Mallett. Maybe they win, but I'm going to still stick with Cleveland. I think they can pull this one off because of their defense. But anyway, when it comes to passing defense, speaking of defense, the Texans are 29th and the Browns are 12th. Of course, the Browns will be going against Mallett. I'll be interested to see, you know, they're going against Fitzpatrick. That was the thing. I would figure the Browns would intercept Fitzpatrick. Will they get those picks against Mallett? How's he going to protect the ball? They're probably going to get to him, more than likely. You know, we'll see one of those welcome to the NFL rook. Well, he's not exactly a rook, but, you know, it's his starting. Hey, welcome to the NFL, your first start, guy. Friggin', but anyway. So the advantage in the passing game clearly goes to the Browns. Hoyer should have a decent day. He hasn't been putting up big numbers, but, you know, he's pretty consistent. And he actually... Oh, did I please? Oh, okay, cool. First school. I was worried I got a delay game now. But he's been, you know, protecting the ball pretty well. Hoyer's got 10 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. Those are good numbers. You know, he does not throw many picks. Of course, Tayshaun Gibson, he gets the picks. He has 6 interceptions around their defense. They said they do, you know, split the ball between West and Tate. Tate had been injured. They also give it to Crowell also. They got like the 3 backs there in Cleveland. Actually, speaking of which, it's first down. Let's see. Let me get Terrence West in this game. Let's see if we can get going with Terrence West. We're giving Ben Tate the carries. Ben Tate has 396 yards on the season. No, he has 342 yards on the season. Terrence West has 396 yards. West has 3 more carries and averages 0.3 more yards per carry. He has 3.7 per carry, and Tate has 3.4 per carry. So they're running the ball. And actually, oh, look at that. Terrence West, what a run. Let's actually look at the numbers on the ground for these two teams, and the Texans are 4th in the NFL in rushing yards per game. That's because of Arian Foster. He's been having a huge year. You know, he's having such a good year. Their defense too, and then Fitzpatrick just blowing it. The Browns, they're 11th when it comes to rushing yards per game this season. So, like I said, both of these two teams can run the ball, and it should be a fun game to watch if you are a run fan. If you do like the run, should be Terrence West right there. A little sub package. We look at a run defense though on these two teams. The Texans are 21st in yards allowed on the ground, and the Browns are 28th. So they both allow a lot of yards on the ground, believe it or not. You would think the Texans wouldn't allow too many yards on the ground, but they do. And the Browns do too. And the Browns are more of a pass defense team in terms of that's where their really specialty is. The Texans, though, they're like a bend but don't break team. They allow a lot of yards through the air and on the ground, but they don't allow a lot of points. But as it is, though, I mean, it's kind of a push on the ground of which team, you know, matches up better. But you got to give it to the Texans on the ground. They have the advantage. They have the better running game, the better run defense. You know, Arian Foster. Although the Browns do have a formidable running game themselves, but they're, you know, going to have a more difficult challenge going against that Texans run defense, even though they do let up a lot of yards. But the points, though, we'll go over that here in a second. Let's do this play. It's 1st and goal on the 9. Ben Tate. Look at that, pounding it in. Just shy. 1 yard shy. 2nd and goal on the 1. What a run there on 1st down. You look at points scored for and against. The Texans are 16th in the NFL in points scored per game. The Browns are 15th. So they're about as evenly matched as it gets right there. And then when you look at points allowed, the Texans are 11th and the Browns are 6th. So believe it or not, you know, kind of surprising actually. You would have thought it would be the other way around, but no. The Browns actually, despite letting up all those yards on the ground, they are 6th when it comes to letting up points on the board. So they are doing an awesome job on defense. Look at that. Is that Aaron Rodgers giving him Gatorade? What is that? So anyway, the Browns, they don't let points on the board. Texans too, I mean, they're 11th in the NFL in points allowed, so Don't expect to see a lot of points in this game, but do expect to see him pounding away, running the ball. That's what kind of game it's going to be. It's going to be fought in the trenches, and that's going to be really where it's going to be won and lost. Of course, you would think the Texans do kind of have it up front, but what a stop that was. They've got a really good defensive line, but the Browns, though, they just keep chipping away, and as long as Hoyer protects the ball, they should be okay, and you're going to probably see a lot of field goals in this game. Would not be surprised. So maybe you want to get Phil Dawson there. Oh, is it? No, not Phil Dawson. No, Billy Cundiff. What am I saying? Jeez, Phil Dawson's the Niners. Yeah, Billy Cundiff, though, be probably getting a lot of time. But here we go. 3rd and goal on the 2. Lost a yard on 2nd and goal. Should actually did what I'm doing right here in the last play, but oh no! Went for the quarterback sneak, got a yard. If I had only done that earlier. Oh, what's this? Oh, looks like Hoyer might have got injured. But here comes Cundiff out to kick the short chip shot. And it's good. You gotta watch out. The Texans can block field goals, even short ones. J.J. Watt's done it already this year. He's blocked some field goals. But that's what I'm saying right there. This game should be a lot of field goals. Got right up there on the goal line, all the way to the 1-yard line, but the Texans kept the Browns out the end zone. Don't be surprised to see some of that going on when it comes to this game. That's funny they had Kubiak in there. You know, it should be Bill O'Brien. That's too funny. But yeah, with points scored, though, you got to give it to the Browns, you know, because their defense. And that's going to be the difference, though, in this game. Oh, look at that. Johnny Manziel is going to make his first start. That does not look anything like Johnny Manziel. But Johnny Manziel, holy cow. That's so funny because I did not at all think that that was going to happen. But, well, not his first start, but he's getting in the game. He did get on the field this season earlier, but he hasn't really done anything. But will that happen in this game? Will Hoyer go down, and will Johnny Football end up making his first real appearance, like big appearance, having to actually play and take snaps? That'd be crazy. How crazy would that be? I'm not necessarily predicting that. That's just what happened in this game. Oh, almost picked off. Had it right there in his hands. Missed opportunity. That's the thing that the Browns need to do. They got to get picks in this game. You know, that'd be almost guaranteed if Fitzpatrick was starting, but that's why they got Ryan Mallett out there to try to give him a chance, which I expect with Ryan Mallett starting that probably what the Texans are going to end up doing is they're going to end up, you know, running the ball a lot. You know, said they're 4th in the NFL when it comes to rushing yards per game. Although they do have, you know, some really good receivers with DeAndre Hopkins and Andre Johnson, but still, you know, Arian Foster's having such a good year. I think that the smart thing, probably what they're going to do with having Ryan Mallett behind center, is more likely they're just going to pound the ball. But then don't be surprised to see when they have success on the ground to see them go for some play action and go for some deep, you know, passes on that play action, air it out. Especially, you know, with their talent at receiver. Don't be surprised at all to see like play action, boom, bomb, what, 60-yard touchdown. You know, DeAndre Hopkins or Andre Johnson. Oh, look at that. Hoyer's going back to the locker room. That's not a good sign for the Browns at all. I cannot believe it. I can't believe it. It's kind of funny, though. I might have to, like, tag this. Johnny Manziel. It's funny. But that's even more. At least the Browns defense is going to have to come up big in this game. See right here, though, they're letting up those passing yards. That's not characteristic of the Browns. They're more a team that lets up the running yards, but this is Madden, so gotta stop this pass. They keep passing on me. The Browns, though, they're a team though, like saying they got that bend but don't break, almost like a Patriots style. That's the quarterback that time a little bit. Just taking a drink of coffee. Just pretend that's Bill O'Brien. Get it pretty much updated. You know, this is Madden 25, but when updated the roster, downloaded, somebody updated it. It's not 100%. I actually had to go in and make a couple adjustments, but they did most of the work. Oh no, touchdown Texans. But they did most of the work, and then I just went in and made a few small adjustments, like Mallett's starting, and I had to actually make Taylor Gabriel because they didn't have him for some reason, but they got most of the rookies in, so it's pretty cool. Like even Johnny Manziel, it's not like some other guy coming in. That would be horrible. But oh man, touchdown, and hey, don't be surprised to see this game be competitive. I expect it to be a competitive game actually with these two teams. Expect it to be, you know, back and forth, come down to the end. You saw that big stop that they had. They stopped me from getting that touchdown, otherwise it'd be a tie game. But is Hoyer back? That looked like it was Hoyer. I wonder if he came back from the locker room. We'll see here in a moment. Will it be Johnny Manziel? Will it be Hoyer? All of football, all of the nation. Twitter's going crazy right now. If this was reality, Twitter would be going crazy. But oh my God, Johnny Manziel, Johnny football, Johnny football. It'd be crazy. Well, let's see. Well, we don't have a lot of time. Might as well go to the shotgun. See what we can get here before. Oh, that looks good, actually. Oh, Hoyer's in there. Oh, no Johnny. What a tease, huh? Hey, it's not me. It's the game. I swear. I didn't do it. I didn't do it.
Hoyer standing back in the shotgun, ready for the snap.
So Hoyer coming in. He's back. You saw he went to the locker room and everything. That was crazy. But he comes back. Hoyer was like, no, I'm not letting Johnny steal my thunder. He did not want to friggin' be out of the game by nothing. He's like, I am not losing my spot.
Takes in the slot, not in the backfield for this play. Hoyer's going to take the snap from the shot.
Hoyer out of the gun, going back to Barnridge. Barnridge just getting it. Oh no, that's my last timeout. That's not good. Where did my other timeout go? It was that injury timeout. Darn it. Oh well. Only 17 seconds left. 17 seconds to paradise. What? 13 seconds to halftime. Let's see if we can get this one to Benjamin on the sideline.
Hoyer's going to take it from the gun. He'll fire it out to the left. Makes the catch.
Oh, well, maybe I could have got further, but I didn't want to screw that up and get tackled in the field. That's exactly what I wanted. Got the first down, got out of bounds. Right there to Benjamin. Setting up for at least a field goal, maybe a touchdown right here before halftime. Hopefully, just keep things moving forward. Yep, there we go. This looks like the play.
That reception gave them the first down.
Let's see what happens here.
Hoyer's back in shotgun formation.
Ooh, touchdown, Taylor Gabriel, baby. Hoyer to Gabriel. And the Browns are back in the lead. That's not petted either. Where's the bald dead man? Touchdown, Gabriel. He's actually a little bit shorter in real life. It was like just a quick fix thing, you know. So there we go. How about that? The Browns taking back the lead, back and forth, lead changing hands. And now it's 10-7 going into halftime. And on paper, you know, the Browns have the advantage actually in this game, although the Texans do have the better running game. It's going to be a good matchup. It's a close matchup. It'll definitely be a fun game to watch, and I could really see it going either way. Although I really do feel that the Browns, you know, I've been all along saying from the beginning of the year, you know, before in the preseason even, that this was the Browns' year, that they would at least make a wild card. You know, coming out just with the team as is, you know, with Hoyer behind center, if he can stay healthy with that defense. And they've been, you know, pretty much having the type of year I thought they would have. Actually, maybe even a little better, potentially. The Texans have been having a better year, too. I thought they would, you know, bounce back from last year. Not necessarily to the full extent to take it from the Colts, but at least be competitive. And they are competitive, of course. The Colts, even though, you know, they've had, you know, a couple games where they're question marks, like against the Steelers with their defense, but they've been putting up big numbers. Andrew Luck, even though they started off 0-2 the first time in his career. But the Texans, they were 2-0 starting off. Of course, they were 2-0 last year starting off, and that was only 2 games they won. But at least they've won, you know, another couple games. So it'll be interesting to see what happens Sunday. But here we have halftime right there, 10-7, going into halftime. I don't think that's that far off from potentially how it'll be. These are some pretty decent highlights, huh? Some hard hits. The Cleveland Browns in the dog pound.
We're back here now in this one where the Browns lead by 3. Let's go back to the sidelines. Danielle Bellini has the
So here we go with the second half. See what happens if Cleveland can close this one out. They got the lead at halftime and they get the ball. I think it's really, you know, at this point, Cleveland's just got to pound the ball. Got to keep the Texans off the field, keep the Texans defense on the field, just wear them down. It's a tough defense too, you know, that Texans D. It's gonna be a tough game. I don't know how many yards they're really gonna be able to put up against this Texans defense, at least on the ground. Ooh, Terrence West getting stopped. Looks like we gotta, let's get Ben Tate in there. Big Ben Tate.
And he did it that time. Good job. Makes the tackle.
Says the Texans, they have those multiple running backs. Of course, the Texans, or the Browns, the Texans got Aaron Foster. But we got Ben Tate, Terrence West. We got Ben Tate picking up 5 yards on second down. I actually kind of think Ben Tate's going to be the guy this week. They kind of go back and forth, but I think against the Texans, they're going to need to, you know, pound it. They're going to need to get those tough yards. And even if he doesn't get a lot of yards, just the fact of, you know, pounding the ball with Ben, he's going to, like, wear him down a little bit. It's a tough defense, too, to, you know, to do that. But that's kind of like the game plan, I would imagine, is to try to just pound him, pound him, pound him. You know, a tough defense, you got to be physical. You can't shy away from them. That's the kind of team they are anyway. They're a physical team, so they got to play their type of game. Oh, look at that, Hawkins, first down. And that's going to be a question, though. Hawkins, you know, how big of a factor is he going to be? Is he going to be on the field? I was looking at the report. Let me look back at it here. And what the injury report is saying is that he participated fully in practice. I was seeing stuff earlier in the week that was saying he wasn't going to play, but if he's a full participant in practice, according to NFL.com, that makes me believe that he should be playing in this game. Of course, it remains to be seen how big a factor, but we will see. Saw right there, he was a factor picking up that first down. On third down, too. That was big. Oh no, Terrence West. Whew, almost got tackled in the backfield, but instead picked up 6 yards. Nice run there. Setting things up here for Ben Tate on second down. Let's see if we can pound in for first down. Big Ben.
Get ready.
leads us to second
There
down.
we go. Bensey.
I formation.
Oh, boom, he got nailed. Is that Cushing? Oh no, Bensey looks injured. Man, these Texans are taking me out. Another injury.
I think it's safe to say
Now it's 3rd and 3.
He's in a lot of pain, and I hope it's not serious.
Man. What to do, what to do. 3rd and 3. Bensey just got injured. Here we go. Tight formation.
Quarterback drops back, play action. He's looking to the right.
Boom, he goes to the fullback, Hogmanyanna. And he picks up the first time. He was wide open. He was like, give me the ball, give me the ball. He's seen him. He's like, here, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open, I'm open. The check down. Just funny. I kind of was thinking of going in over the tight end, but luckily, thank God, he was open. He actually does, you know, produce at times too. He's a good player, for sure. So kept the drive alive. Kept the drive alive. That's 6 completed passes in a row for Hoyer. They're getting knocked out of the game, even though he got knocked out and they went for the field goal. And he was back out there by the next possession, so it was not for long. Texans West. Oh, man, I thought I was going to get a touchdown there, but still a huge run. Terrence West having a big day. His average is off the charts, averaging over 12 yards per carry. It's crazy. Look at that. How about them apples? And I mean, he's in there now with Ben Tate. Look at, he's on the sideline. It's okay, Ben. We got Terrence. Let's see, try to trick him here. So going for the tight formation.
That was a big game.
Another touchdown here would be huge. But we're in field goal range, so that's good.
First down and 10.
Oh, touchdown Barnridge, yes! Play action out of the tight formation. Made him think I was going to run it. So I did there too. Just run. Play action, touchdown. That's how you do it. Boom, Barnridge. Touchdown. And he's going to have to do it too, Barnridge. I mean, he's only got 116 yards on the season. You know, he's doesn't have any touchdowns. That would be his first touchdown on the season if he really got one. Without Jordan Cameron, though, yeah, they're going to need him to step up. Of course, they've got other guys too, so we'll see how that plays out. But right there, he was big on that drive.
The Texans ready to receive the kick.
That's a big touchdown for the Browns. Now up by 2 possessions, up by 10 points at home in the 3rd quarter. Almost the 4th quarter here. Now the Texans are going to have to do something here. If they don't get points on the board, this game will be over. Of course, they're not out of it yet, but I think it will be a tight game between these two teams. I expect it to be within 1 possession. Like I said, it could go either way. I do think Cleveland will win, though. Gibson here, he's a ball hawk. So you gotta pick off. They got some ball hawks. Look at Joe Hayden. Don't be Hayden.
Ben Tate's injury has yet to be determined with 100%
Tate going back to the locker room.
But what I can tell you is that it is related to his arm, and the staff is treating it as a severe injury. On top of
What
that,
is she saying?
It's hard to know how long he'll be out for right now, but they
Oh
would
no,
not
first
rule out
down.
an
Arian
extended
Foster, look at that, only 2 rushes for 5. That's why they're losing. They can't be doing that on Sunday. If the Texans, for them to win this game, they got to have a lot of Arian Foster That's what I expect to see too. I expect them to just run the ball. And if they just run the ball, then the Texans have a chance. But if they don't give him his touches, though, you can't just rely on Mallet. Even though we'll see how he does, you never know. I mean, the kid's got a big arm. He's tall too. Well, that's always a good thing to be a tall quarterback. Even though some of the best are short, but definitely advantage in seeing the defense when you're that height. Right there, FirstEnergy
The Texans offense
on Lake Erie.
And has the football as we begin the fourth quarter.
Great Lakes. Right by the Great Lakes. What a great place to have a stadium. What great graphics, huh? And this is in 1080p. I don't know if I said that earlier. I believe I said that at the top, but we're in 1080p. So if you want to see this in full resolution, all you have to do is go down there. You see the gear looking icon. It's right next to where you go to full screen. And there's the settings. You go to quality and select 1080p HD. Boom. And you will see this in full resolution. Best way to see it and enjoy it. Along with this commentary. As we're doing the analysis for the game, breaking it down upon further review, going deeper than ever before. Madden simulation. As I said, I'm Cleveland. That's what I'm picking. Going against the Texans. Looks like they're trying to get something going here late in the game, in the fourth quarter, down by 10.
Instead of just the third long where you only have like 3 or 4
They just love showing that highlight. So here we are right here, third down, third and short. It's a big third down right here. They need to keep their drive alive. Oh, and they do. Dang it. DeAndre Hopkins, he's clutch. He's been coming up clutch all season for the Texans too. He's definitely having a good year. What am I doing? Gotta go to the nickel. What am I doing? There is DeAndre. There, 3 minutes left. Up by 10. Uh-oh. Man, he was so open there on that screen. First down, Texans. So all they gotta do is get Arian Foster the ball.
Nice play call that time by the offensive coordinator. Little screen pass.
Wide open on this play.
The defensive line was going to be charging.
Of course, I mean, it's just a screen, but look at all that block in there. Alright, enough of that replay. Let's see. Let's stop him. We bent, but we don't break. Look at that mallet. 6 completions in a row. He's tearing it up right now.
They're setting up screen.
Oh no, somebody get him. Somebody get him. Whew, that was almost a touchdown. Arian Foster, he can do that too, catch balls out of the backfield. But really, they want to pound it with him, unlike what the computer is doing here, but at least they're getting him the ball, right? And that was almost a touchdown. Big play for the Texans. And now here we are, we're on the goal line. Let's see, gotta get some subs. Subs sounds good. I like subs.
From inside the red zone.
Defensive substitutions.
After the long game, let's see what they do here.
Neat pickup right here.
For error from just outside the goal line.
Overthrows that one. Do that one into the dog pound. Second and goal on the 5.
Look for one of your star players, your quarterback, wide receiver, or running back. They need to make a big play here.
Well, let's see what we can do. Can we stop them? Really, if they were smart, they would just pound the ball. They would just hand it off to Arian Foster until he got the touchdown. Instead, they just keep running or passing it because I guess the time. It's weird. Oh, well, shows what I know. DeAndre Hopkins, touchdown Texans. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's doing the dance. Well, they got the touchdown. And DeAndre, too. I mean, like I said, that guy's clutch.
What a tough throw and catch into a tight spot right there.
And now it is going to be a 3-point game with the extra point. Oh, it's up and it's good. It's a tight game. Are they going to go for the onside kick? Ryan Mallett coming up huge. Look at that. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. Now it's going to be on Hoyer. Yeah, they're kicking it off. I wasn't sure if they go for onside, but with the time on the clock, I guess they're, with the 2-minute warning and everything, I guess they're going to give their defense a chance. Almost broke that one. Man, if he didn't get me right there, I think I would have got the touchdown. That was crazy. Now we just gotta pound it out. If they can pound it out and get a field goal, of course, run down the clock here, but also get first downs. This is very likely a position that they could be in at this point in the game. And that's actually, for both teams, you know, obviously the Browns want to be winning late in the game, regardless of how much it's by. But also for the Texans, if they could be within 3 points and they need their defense to come up with a stop, that's a pretty good position for them to be in, because their defense has been playing really big all year. Ooh, Terrence West with the first down. What a huge first down that is. 2-minute warning, I think. Or is that a timeout? But their defense has made some big plays late in games, but then their offense just screws it up. But Ryan Fitzpatrick ain't playing, so let's see if we can keep moving this ball. Get that 1 first down. Just got to keep getting first downs. Got to keep this clock moving. Oh, they dropped Terrence West there. No Ben Tate. Wish I had Ben Tate at this point, but he got injured. Earlier, it looked like Hoyer was on. Manziel was coming in, but no. It ended up with Ben Tate being the guy who ended up going out a few plays later. Faced with 2nd and long right here. So 2nd and long. Keep the drive alive.
2nd and 11. Line that left side.
Oh no, that was bad. Lost a yard. 3rd and long. So threw it to Terrence West. Bad decision making, and now we got 3rd and long. What's gonna happen here? It all comes down to this. Well, gonna have to go with some shotgun. Let's get the shotgun. 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 4 for 5 on 3rd down conversion so far. It's 3rd and 12 though. 3rd and long.
Takes the snap from the shotgun.
Oh, doesn't come up with it. He was all covered right there. Cushing dropping back and covering in the zone. Bad throw. Bad decision making, and here comes the punting unit. And there's 1:43 left, and it's going to come down to the Browns defense. Will they hold the Texans, or will Ryan Mallett lead the Browns to a 4th quarter comeback in the end? Well, they're starting off with the ball on the 30. They got to go 29, 71 yards in 1:34. They've only got 1 timeout. The Browns got all 3. So you got to think too, do we want to let them just run the clock out and not have any time left if they do score? Or do we want to just try to stop them and end this game? Well, let's see what happens here. It kind of depends on, you know, first down, where, you know, we'll see.
Gonna take the snap from the shotgun. They
Oh, no.
pick up the first down with that reception.
What a nice catch out of the receiver. Gets past the yard markers, makes the catch, and gets the first down.
Can't let them, like, they're probably saving their timeout, so I gotta make sure in case they score that I have some time on the clock. So they just had no problem right there.
The Texans head to the line. They've got one timeout left here in the fourth quarter. From the gun. Trying to work that left side.
I think he picked up 2 yards and he stopped the clock. Interesting play. I think that was kind of a waste of a play for them, but worked out for me, I guess.
Now it's up to the defense. Come up, make the tackle.
Ryan Mallett, those actually aren't that far off from the numbers that he could have potentially. Even though I think it'll be Aaron Foster who will be getting the touchdowns on the ground. Look at that, that huge sack. What a big sack right there. And now I'm actually going to let this clock roll down. And we'll see what happens here on third down. Yes, another sack. Back-to-back sacks. Huge, huge play right there. Back-to-back. I'm call timeout right here, actually. 4th and 22. Back-to-back sacks. Got them right where we want them. Actually, let's actually go to a quick free play. I would never do this, but they kind of robbed me of my replay. Look at this. Boom! What a sack right there. Heck yeah. Mingo, that's what I thought. Mingo with the sack. Boom! Back-to-back sacks for Mingo on back-to-back plays. Coming up super, super clutch. That's what we call clutch. I was getting worried. I even called timeout on that first down after that big play. Almost should just let that go down, but... Ooh, and they turn the ball over on downs. And it looks like the Browns are going to hold on to win this one. What a game it was. The Browns are going to win this one by 3 points. All that's left now is just to go ahead and take the knee.
The Browns offense now coming
so the Cleveland Browns hold out to win an exciting defensive battle. And that's what I think is going to happen. I think Cleveland's going to win this game. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Very interested to read your thoughts and opinions. If you think the Texans are going to win, do you think the Browns are going to win? Do you like this new format that we were bringing you of Upon Further Review, you know, with the Madden gameplay? It's a lot longer, but hey, you don't have to watch the whole thing. You can kind of watch the first half if you just want to hear the show and hear my analysis, and the second half is more just me playing the game, even though I'm still continuing to bring you analysis as well and commentary about the potential game. But let me know what you think of this new format. Very interested, as I said, to get your feedback either way. Definitely take that in. And if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want more content such as this, go ahead and subscribe as we bring you Upon Further Review each and every single week, along with recaps of every game all throughout the entire season and the playoffs. And this is brought to you in 1080p HD quality. And I am Skool. This is 21st Sports. I also do the Skool channel where I do WWE 2K15 gameplay. And I also have Random GP, where I do Random GP. But here we go. Oh, am I taking a delay game? What the heck? What happened there? My math was off for some reason. Whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just whatever. Yeah. Penalty. Oh, they called it on Billy Cundiff? That was kind of bullcrap. But here we go. We'll just take this knee, end this game. But the Browns win it right here, 17-14. Like I said, I think it will come down to one possession. I don't know if necessarily this will be the score. This is how it played out in this game right here. think it's a pretty decent, you know, representation of how this should play out for the most part. So though we shall see.
The close ones are more satisfying because the tension is there longer. And the longer you're under tension,
there he is. Barcavius Mingo, 2 sacks, player of the game. And he came up huge in this game too. That was so clutch. When he ended up getting those sacks, when he did the back-to-back sacks, really at the moment when it counted the most, when we needed him to do it. Here's the play of the game right there, the touchdown. It's a Taylor Gabriel. So touchdown Taylor Gabriel. And that was all she wrote. Bingo, sealed the deal, and there's your final score. Thank you very much for watching. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you're having a good day and have a great weekend and enjoy all of the sports.